हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते, गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी, वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय।
जय।
बोल श्रीमद् भागवतम की। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा everyone.
हरे कृष्णा भैया।
हरे कृष्णा रीना जी। हेलो निशा। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। ऑलराइट, सो हम लोग ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव स्टार्टेड कैंटो 9th, राइट? दैट्स अबाउट लिबरेशन, दैट्स 9th स्कंद। और हम लोगों ने yesterday we completed the 5th chapter, Durvasa Muni's life spared, right? We saw how Amrish Maharaj did glorification of Sudarshan Chakra, and then that saved Durvasa Muni's life, right? Beautiful stuti of Sudarshan Chakra is what we saw by Amrish Maharaj. And then of course, we read the whole thing about Amrish Maharaj. So today we are going to start 6th Adhyay, which is about downfall of Sobri Muni. And Sobri Muni was a great yogi again, but then how the downfall happens, how he gets entangled into the materialistic world. And that's what we are going to read about. And this is also still again like we are reading about dynasty of current Manu. Yeah, who is the current Manu?
Vivasvat Manu.
Yeah, Vivasvat Manu. And he is the 7th Manu, yeah?
7th Manu.
7th Manu, that's in the middle of Lord Brahmaji's one day, which has 14 Manus, yeah? And so we'll start with Shlok 1, Anilji.
Shri Shuka Vacha Virupaketumanchambhu Rambadhira Sutastryaha Virupata Prasadashrosha Bhutata Putrastu Rathitaraha. Sukadev Goswami said, O Maharaj Parikshit, Ambarish had three sons named Virup, Ketuman, and Sambhu. From Virupa came a son named Prasadasva, and from Prasadasva came a son named Rathitara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And it's very interesting how Sukdev Goswami ji is able to describe the whole thing, right? The whole dynasty of Vivasvat Manu, right? Amrish Maharaj was again his father Nabhag. Nabhag was son of Vivasvat Manu, and then now we are reading about the whole dynasty. Ajay?
रथितरस्य प्रजस्य भार्यया तन्ते वर्थितः अंगिरा जनयामास ब्रह्म वर्चस्विन सुतान. Rathira had no sons, and therefore he requested the great sage Angira to beget sons for him. Because of this request, Angira begot sons in the womb of Yuthitira's wife. All these sons were born with Brahminical prowess. Hare Krishna.
Reena ji?
क्षेत्र प्रसूता वै पुनस्त्वांगिरसा स्मृता रथितराणां प्रवरा क्षेत्रोपेता द्विजातयः. Having been born from the womb of Rathitara's wife, All these sons were known as the dynasty of Rathita. But because they were born from the semen of Angira, they were also known as the dynasty of Angira. Among all the progeny of Rathita, these sons were the most prominent because, owing to their birth, they were considered Brahmanas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Nisha.
शुभतस्तु मनोर्जङ्गे इक्ष्वाकुर्घ्राणतः सुतः तस्य पुत्रशतज्येष्ठा विकुक्षिनिमिदण्डकाः. The son of Manu was Iliswaku. When Manu was sneezing, Iliswaku was born from Manu's nostrils. King Ikswaku had 100 sons, of whom Vikuski, Nimi, and Dandaka were the most prominent. Hare Krishna.
तेषां पुरस्ताद् भव नायार्वर्ते नृपा नृप पंचविंशतिः पश्चाश्च त्रयो मध्ये अपरे अन्यतः. Of the 100 sons, 25 became kings in the western side of Aryavrat, a place between the Himalaya and Vindhya mountains. Another 25 sons became kings in the east of Aryavrat, and the three principal sons became kings in the middle. The other sons became kings in various other places. And that's the sons of Ikshvaku. Ajay,
स एकादष्टका श्राद्धेक्ष्वाकु सुत मादिशत मांस मनीयताम मेध्यम विकुचे गच्छ मा चिरम. During the month of January, February, and March, oblations offered to forefathers are called Astak Shraddh. The Shraddh ceremony is held during the dark fortnight of the month. When Maharaja Ishwaku was performing the oblations in this ceremony, he ordered his son Vikukshi to go immediately to the forest to bring some pure flesh. Hare Krishna.
Neil.
तथेति सा वनं गत्वा मृगान् हत्वा क्रियार्हणाम् श्रान्तो विभुक्षितो वीरः शशं चाददपस्मृतिः. Thereafter, Ikshaku's son Vikukshi went to the forest and killed many animals suitable for being offered as oblations. But when fatigued and hungry, he became forgetful and ate a rabbit he had killed. Hare Krishna.
Nisha.
शेषं निवेदयामास पित्रे तेन च तद्गुरु चोदितः प्रोक्षणायाः दुष्टमेतद्कर्मकम्. Vikukshi offered the remnants of the flesh to King Ikswaku, who gave it to Vashishta for purification. But Vashishta could immediately understand that part of the flesh had already been taken from Vikukshi, and therefore he said it was unfit to be used in the Shraddh ceremony. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Linaji.
Which is meant to be offered in yagna cannot be tasted by anyone before being offered to the deity. In our temples, this regulation is in effect. One cannot eat food from the kitchen unless it is offered to the deity. If something is taken before being offered to the deity, the entire preparation is polluted and can no longer be offered. Those engaged in deity worship must know this very well so that they may be saved from committing offenses in deity worship. Hare Krishna.
ज्ञात्वा पुत्रस्य ततः कर्म गुरुना विहितं नृप देशानिह सार्यामास सुतं त्यक्तविधिं रुषा. When King Ikshvaku, thus informed by Vashishta, understood what his son Vikukshi had done, he was extremely angry does he order Vikukshi to leave the country because Vikukshi had violated the regulative principles? Anilji?
तत् विप्रेण संवादं ज्ञापकेन समाचरन् त्यक्त्वा कलेवरं योगी स तेनावापयत् परम्. Having been instructed by the great and learned Brahmana Vasishtha, who discoursed about the absolute truth, Maharaja Ikshak became renounced. By following the principles for a yogi, he certainly achieved the supreme perfection after giving up his material body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Ikshvaku actually became renounced. Yeah. Ajay?
Yeah. पितयुर्परेतभ्यः विकुक्षिः पृथ्वीमिमां सासदीजे हरिं यज्ञे शशाद इति विश्रुतः. After his father's disappearance, Vikshuki returned to the country and then thus became the king, ruling the planet Earth and performing various sacrifices to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vikukshi later became celebrated as Sasada. Hare Krishna.
Vimal?
तस्य सुत इन्द्रवाह इति ऋतः ककुस्थस्थ इति चाप्युक्तः शृणु नामानि कर्मभिः. The son of Sasad was Puranjaya, who is also known as Indravah and sometimes as Kukudstha. Please hear from us how he received different name for different activities. Kukudstha, sorry.
Yeah. Nisha?
कृतान्त आसीत समरो देवानां सह दानवैः पार्ष्णिग्राहो वृतो वीरो दैवे दैत्यपराजितैः. Formerly, there was a devastating war between the demigods and the demons. The demigods, having been defeated, accepted Puranjaya as their assistant and then conquered the demons. Therefore, this hero is known as Puranjaya, he who conquered the residents of the demons. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
वचनाद् देवदेवस्य विष्णो विश्वात्मनः प्रभो वाहनत्वे वृतस्तस्य बभुवेन्द्रो महावृषः. Puranjay agreed to kill all the demons on the condition that Indra would be his carrier. Because of pride, Indra could not accept this proposal, but later, by the order of Supreme Lord Vishnu, Indra did accept it and became a great bull carrier for Puranjay. Hare Krishna.
Anilji?
स सन्नद्धो धनुर्दिव्यमादाय विशिखाञ्छितान् स्तूयमानस्तमारुह्य युयुत्सुः ककुदी स्थितः तेजसाप्यायितो विष्णोः पुरुषस्य महात्मनः प्रतीच्यां दिशि दैत्यानां निरुणात् त्रिदशैः पुरम्. Well protected by armor and desiring to fight, Puranjay took up a transcendental bow and very sharp arrows. And while being highly praised by the demigods, he got up on the back of the bull Indra and sat on its hump. Thus he is known as Kakutsa. Being empowered by Lord Vishnu, who is the super soul and the supreme person, Puranjaya sat on the great bull and is therefore known as Indravaha. Surrounded by the demigods, he attacked the residence of the demons in the west. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
तैस्तस्य चाभूत्प्रथमं तुमुलं लोमहर्षणं यमाय भल्लैरनयद् Daityan Abhiryu Mrithe. There was a fierce battle between the demons and the Puranjay. Indeed, it was so fierce that when one hears about it, one's hairs stand on the end. All the demons bold enough to come before Puranjay were immediately sent to the residence of Yamaraj by his arrows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Reena ji?
तस्येषु पाताभिमुखं युगान्ताग्निमिवोल्बणं विसृज्य दुद्रुवदैत्या हन्यमाना स्वमालयम्. To save themselves from the blazing arrows of Indravaha, which resembled the flames of devastation at the end of the millennium. The demons who remained when the rest of their army was killed fled very quickly to their respective homes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nisha?
जित्वा पुरं धनं सर्वं सश्रिकं वज्रपाणये प्रतयश्चत स राजर्षिरिति नाम विराहृतः. After conquering the enemy, the saintly king Puranjay gave everything, including the enemy's riches and wives, to Indra, who carries a thunderbolt. For this, he is celebrated as Puranjay. Thus, Puranjay is known by different names because of his different activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Puranjayasya putro bhudanenastastuah prituha vishwagandhist shrachandri yuvanashvastu tatsutah. The son of Puranjaya was known as Anena. Anena's son was Pruthu, and Pruthu's son was Vivagandhi. Vivagandhi's son was Chandra, and Chandra's son was Yuvanaswa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's Vishwa Gandhi. Yeah, not Gandhi.
Vishwagandhi.
Vishwa Gandhi. So what we are reading right now is Vivaswat Manu's dynasty. Yeah, all the sons, Ikshvaku and then Amrish Maharaj and all the dynasties. What Sukhdev Goswami is explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. Shravasti stato suto yene Shravasti nirmame puri Vrihadashastu Shravasti statah Kuvalayakshakah. The son of Yuvansav was Shrivast, who constructed a township known as Sarvastipuri. The son of Shrivast was Brihadashastu, and his son was Kuvalyakshakah. In this way, the dynasty increased. Yeah. So, Anilji?
यः प्रियार्थमुतकंस्य धुन्धुनामा सुरम्बली सुतानामेक विंशत्या सहस्त्रैरहनद प्रतः. To satisfy the sage Utanka, the greatly powerful Kuvalayasva killed a demon named Dhundu. He did this with the assistance of his 21,000 sons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hello, Prem. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण गिरीन्द्र भाई. धुंधुमारा इति ख्यातस् तत्सुतस्ते च जज्वलु धुन्ध्वोर्मुखाग्निका निना सर्वे तत्र इवा वसेसिता दृढाश्व कपिलाश्वश्च भद्रास्वत इति भारत धर्धवस् पुत्रो ऋष्यो स्वो निकुंभस्तत् सुतः स्मृतः. O Maharaj Parikshit, for this reason Kuvalavasya is celebrated as Dundumara, the killer of Dudundu. All but 3 of his sons, however, were burned to ashes by the fire emanating from Dhundu's mouth. The remaining sons were Dhradaswa, Kapilaswa, and Bhadraswa. From Dhridaswa came a son named Hareshiva, whose son is celebrated as Nikumba. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay?
Bahulashvo Nikumbhasya Krishashvo Athasya Senajit Yuvanashvo Bhavat Tasya So Sonatpantyo Vanam Gata. The son of Nikum was Bahulasva. The son of Bahulasva was Krashava. The son of Krashava was Senjit. And the son of Senjit was Yuvanashva. Yuvanashva had no sons, and thus he retired from family life and went to the forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what we are reading is again the dynasty of Vyasatmanu. This adhyay is about Sobri Muni. Yeah, how Sobri Muni gets into the materialistic world from being a Mahan Yogi, and to get to him, all the dynasties being described. Rinaji?
आर्याशतेन निर्विण्ण ऋषयो अस्य कृपालवः इष्टिं संवर्तयाम च कुर्वेन्द्रीं ते सुसमहिता. Although Yuvanashva went into the forest with his 100 wives, all of them were very morose. The sages in the forest, however, being very kind to them, to the king, began very carefully and attentively performing an Indra Yagya so that the king might have a son. Hare Krishna.
Nisha?
राजा तद् यज्ञसदनं प्रविष्टो निशीतर्षितः दृष्ट्वा शयानान् विप्रांस्तान् पपो मन्त्रजलं स्वयम्. Being thirsty one night, the king entered the arena of sacrifice, and when he saw all the Brahmins lying down, he personally drank the sanctified water meant to be drunk by his wife. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shiv Prabhu?
Yagyas performed by Brahmanas according to Vedic ritualistic ceremonies are so potent that the sanctifying of water by Vedic mantras can bring about the desired result. In this instance, the Brahmins sanctified the water so that the king's wife might drink it in the yajna, but the providence, the king himself went there at night and being thirsty, drank the water. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prem sir?
Uttihaste nisamyata vyadukam kalasam prabho pap prachudha kasya karmedam pitam umaswam jalam. When the Brahmanas got up from the bed and saw the water pot empty, they inquired who had done this work of drinking the water meant for begetting a child. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Rasiksha Mogi?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. पढ़ोगे?
राज्ञा पीतम विदित्वा ईश्वर प्रहीतेन ते ईश्वराय नमस्कुरुरहो देव बलम बलम. When the Brahmanas came to understand that the king, inspired by the supreme controller, had drunk the water, they all exclaimed, "Alas, the power of providence is real power. No one can counteract the power of the supreme." In this way, they offered their respectful obeisances unto the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anilji?
तथा काल उपावृत्ते कुक्षि निर्वद्य दक्षिणं युवनाश्वस्य तनश्चक्रवर्ती जजानः. Thereafter, in due course of time, a son with all the good symptoms of a powerful king came forth from the lower right side of King Yuvanaswa's abdomen. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
Kam dhasyati kumaro yam stanye roruyate bhrisham ma dhata vatsama rodi ritindro deshi nimadat. The baby cried so much for the breast milk that all the Brahmanas were very unhappy. Who will take care of this baby? They said. Then Indra, who was worshipped in that yagna, came and solaced the baby. Do not cry, Indra said. The Indra put his index finger in baby's mouth and said, You may drink me. Hare Krishna.
Rinaji?
ममार पिता तस्य विप्रदेव प्रसादतः युवनाश्वो अथ तत्रैव तपसा सिद्धि मन्वगात. Because Yuvanashva, the father of the baby, was blessed by the Brahmanas, he did not fall a victim to death. After this incident, he performed severe austerities and achieved perfection in that very spot. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nisha?
रीतीन्द्रौङ्ग विदधे नाम यस्य वै यस्मात् त्रसन्ति युद्धिघ्नादस्यो रावणादयः. यौवनाश्वो अथ मान्धाता चक्रवर्त्यवनिं प्रभुः सप्तद्वीपवतीमेकः शशासाच्युत तेजसा. Mandhata, the son of Yuvasva, was the cause of fear for Ravan and other thieves and rogues who caused anxiety. O King Parikshit, because they feared him, the son of Yuvavansva was known as Trasadyasyu. This name was given by King Indra. By the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the son of Yuvansva was so powerful that when he became emperor, he ruled the entire world, consisting of 7 islands without any second ruler. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so you see, like the 7 islands is but all the 7 oceans, right? So the entire world used to be ruled at that point. Okay.
Ije च यज्ञं क्रतुभिरात्मविद् भूरि दक्षिणेन सर्वदेवमयं देवं सर्वक्तमकम् अतीन्द्रियम्. द्रव्यं मंत्रो विधिर्यज्ञो यजमानस् तथर्त्विज्यः. धर्मो देशश्च कलश्च सर्वं एतद् यत् आत्मकम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not different from the auspicious aspects of great sacrifices. such as the ingredients of the sacrifice, the chanting of Vedic hymns, the regulative principles, the performer, the priest, the result of the sacrifice, the arena of sacrifice, and the time of sacrifice. Knowing the principles of self-realization, Mandhata worshipped that transcendently situated Supreme Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, who comprises all the demigods. He also gave immense charity to the Brahmanas, and thus he performed yajna to worship the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shiv Prabhu?
Sure. Yavat Surya Udeti Sma Yavat Pratisthati Tat Sarvam Yavanashya Mandhatu Kshetra Muchyate. All places from where the sun rises on the horizon, shining brilliantly, to where the sun sets, are known as the possession of the celebrated Mandhata, the son of Yuvanaswa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shikshan Prabhuji?
तस्विन्दुर्दुर्हितरी बिन्दुमत्यामधना नृपः कुरुकृतसम अम्बरीशं मुचुकुन्दं योगिनीं तेषां स्वसार 50 सौभरीं ब्रवीरे पतिम्. Mandhata begot 3 sons in the womb of the Bindumati, the daughter of Sasbindu. The sons were Puruksa, Ambiras, and Muchukund, a great mystic yogi. These 3 brothers had 50 sisters, who all accepted the great sage Saubhari as a husband.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I think so what we are going to pause here. And because what we are reading this adhyaya is about the Rishi Sobhari, right? So now we have come after describing the Sobhari, yeah. So that's what we are going to read, but we'll pause right now. And yesterday, of course, we had Ekadashi and Devuti Ekadashi, and then, of course, Tulsi Vivah. So today, we are going to hear about Tulsi Vivah, yeah? So around 8 to 9 minutes, very nice. I think yesterday Shiv Prabhu was asking like we should talk about those Ekadashi Vrat and different things. So today let's hear about Tulsi Vivah, right? It happens to Lord Shaligram. Why it happens is very nicely explained. We'll hear that and then we'll hear the Tulsi Aarti, yeah? So we'll go a little bit over time, 5-7 minutes, but then we are taking break for next 2-3 weeks. So
Okay.
Let's hear about the Tulsi Devi and Shaligram Vivah. So let me share the screen.
हरे कृष्णा। तुलसी शालिग्राम विवाह की आप सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। तुलसी शालिग्राम विवाह के विषय में कुछ कहने से पूर्व आइए जाने कि कौन है तुलसी महारानी और क्यों उनकी पूजा की जाती है। कुछ प्रमुख तथ्यों को हम सबको जानना चाहिए। जैसे कि हम सभी तुलसी महारानी की पूजा करते हैं, उनकी प्रदक्षिणा करते हैं, कंठ में तुलसी की माला धारण करते हैं जिसे कंठी कहते हैं, जो तुलसी पौधे की काट से ही निर्मित होती है। तथा जब भी हम भोजन बनाकर भगवान को अर्पण करते हैं तो उसमें तुलसी पत्र डालते हैं, क्योंकि हम सभी जानते हैं कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण श्री विष्णु को तुलसी अत्यंत ही प्रिय है। वह उनके बिना भगवान भोजन भी ग्रहण नहीं करते। आइए जानते हैं इस विषय में। तुलसी विवाह की कथा जो बहुत ही विस्तृत है और आज हम उसे संक्षिप्त रूप में बताने का प्रयास करेंगे। तुलसी शालिग्राम विवाह प्रसंग अलग अलग कल्पों में अलग अलग प्रकार से हुआ। आज हम जो लीला आपको बताने जा रहे हैं उसका वर्णन ब्रह्म वैवर्त पुराण में आता है। परम भगवान श्री कृष्ण का धाम गोलोक वृंदावन, जो सभी बैकुंठ लोकों में सर्वोपरि है, जहाँ भगवान की लीलाएं अनवरत रूप में चलती रहती हैं, वहाँ तुलसी महारानी, जिनका गोलोक में नाम वृंदा है, उनके आदेश से वे कुंज जहाँ श्री माधव अपनी लीलाओं का आनंद उठाते हैं, वे भौरों, खिलते हुए फूलों, हिरण, मधु एवं अन्य वस्तुओं द्वारा भव्य रूप से सुशोभित हैं, अलंकृत हैं। वृंदा देवी के द्वारा सेवित ही श्री वृंदावन है, जहाँ सारे पशु पक्षी, शुकसारी, कोकिल, मयूर इत्यादि वृंदा देवी के आज्ञाकारी हैं एवं वे राधा कृष्ण की लीलाओं को देखकर नृत्य करते हैं, वह सुंदर मनोहारी दृश्य प्रस्तुत करते हैं। अतः वृंदा देवी श्री कृष्ण और राधा रानी की सारी दिव्य ब्रज लीलाओं की व्यवस्था करती हैं। वह राधा कृष्ण मिलन करवाना ही वृंदा का एकमात्र कार्य है। और वे वृंदा जब भौतिक संसार में आती हैं तो कहलाती हैं तुलसी। आइए जानते हैं कैसे। श्रीमती राधा रानी सभी गोपियों की प्रमुख है। वे अपनी सखियों को भगवान श्री कृष्ण से मिलवाती हैं। और जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि जब हमें किसी विशेष व्यक्ति से मिलना होता है तो हमें उनके प्रिय व प्रमुख व्यक्ति के माध्यम से ही आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। यही शिष्टता है व यही आचार भी है। परंतु एक दिन हुआ कुछ ऐसा कि वृंदा देवी जब भगवान की लीलाओं हेतु किसी मनोरम स्थान की खोज में थी, तभी वे वहां पर भगवान श्री कृष्ण से मिलती हैं, जिनके स्पर्श से भावातिरेक में वे बेहोश हो गई। जब इस विषय में राधा रानी को पता चला तो क्रोधित हो वे वृंदा देवी को श्राप देती हैं कि तुम्हारा ये आचरण निम्न जीवों की भांति है, जो मनमाना व्यवहार करते हैं। अतः तुम भौतिक संसार में जाओ, वह जब वहां रहकर तपस्या इत्यादि से शुद्ध हो जाओ तब वापस आना। वृंदा देवी इसे स्वीकार करती हैं। वही भगवान श्री कृष्ण भी थे। वे वृंदा से कहते हैं कि पृथ्वी पर रहते हुए तुम श्री विष्णु को पति रूप में प्राप्त करने के लिए तपस्या करना। वह ये सब सुनते हुए हमें ये स्मरण रखना चाहिए कि तुलसी महारानी अर्थात वृंदा देवी गोलोक में श्रीमती राधा रानी की विस्तार है और आंशिक विस्तार के रूप में बैकुंठ में तुलसी के रूप में विद्यमान है। वे कोई साधारण जीव नहीं है। और तब लीलानुसार उन्होंने राजा धर्मध्वज व माधवी की पुत्री के रूप में जन्म लिया। वह क्योंकि उनका सौंदर्य अद्वितीय व अतुलनीय था तो साधु संतों ने इस कारण उनका नाम रखा तुलसी। वह थोड़ी बड़ी होने पर ही वे बद्रीनाथ के पर्वतीय क्षेत्रों पर गईं व वहां जाकर घोर तपस्या की, जिससे अंत में ब्रह्मा उन्हें वरदान देने के लिए आते हैं। वह प्रश्न करते हैं कि तुम किस कारण इतना घोर तप कर रही हो। तब तुलसी उन्हें विष्णु को पति रूप में प्राप्त करने का अपना संकल्प कहती हैं। तब ब्रह्मा उन्हें बतलाते हैं कि गोलोक में कृष्ण के ग्वाल बाल मित्रों में से एक थे सुदामा, जो कृष्ण का ही आंशिक विस्तार थे। वे तुमसे विवाह करना चाहते थे। वर्तमान में वे राधा रानी के श्राप के कारण दानवों के मध्य रह रहे हैं और शंखचूड़ के नाम से जाने जाते हैं। उन्होंने तुम्हें पत्नी रूप में प्राप्त करने के लिए घोर तपस्याएं की हैं व पृथ्वी पर प्रभुत्व के लिए भी कड़ी तपस्या की है। इसलिए आप उनसे विवाह की स्वीकृति दे दीजिए और बाद में किसी तरह दैवी शक्ति के विशेष प्रबंध द्वारा आपको सौंदर्यवान नारायण पति रूप में प्राप्त होंगे। तब इस प्रकार शंखचूड़ व वृंदा देवी का विवाह होता है। कालांतर में अपने शक्ति बल व प्रभाव के आधार पर शंखचूड़ ने लगभग संपूर्ण पृथ्वी पर राज किया। यहाँ तक कि देवताओं को अनेक बार त्रस्त किया, परास्त किया। तब सभी देवता शिवजी के पास गए। शिवजी ने शंखचूड़ को समझाया, परंतु वह न माना। परिणाम स्वरूप युद्ध प्रारंभ हुआ, जो बहुत लंबे समय तक चला। और फिर उसके अंत के लिए जब शिवजी त्रिशूल उठाते हैं, जो बड़े बड़े महान व्यक्तियों द्वारा भी सहन नहीं हो सकता था, परंतु तभी एक दिव्य स्वर्गिक ध्वनि गूंजती है कि ब्रह्मा जी के वरदान के अनुसार जब तक शंखचूड़ कवच पहन रखेगा, वह उसकी पत्नी पातिव्रत्य बनाए रखेगी, वह न तो मरेगा और न ही बूढ़ा होगा। इसलिए फिर दिव्य योजना अनुसार विष्णु भगवान एक ब्राह्मण का वेश धरकर शंखचूड़ से कवच मांगते हैं जो वह दे देता है, तथा उसके पश्चात विष्णु भगवान शंखचूड़ का वेश बनाकर उसके महल में जाकर तुलसी के साथ संग करते हैं, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप युद्ध स्थल में शंखचूड़ मृत्यु को प्राप्त होता है। उसी बीच तुलसी महारानी को संदेह होता है तो वे क्रोधित हो प्रश्न करती हैं कि कौन हो तुम। तब भगवान विष्णु अपने सुंदर स्वरूप में प्रकट होते हैं, जिसे देख वृंदा पहले तो अपनी चेतना खो बेहोश हो जाती हैं, परंतु पुनः चेतना आने पर विष्णु भगवान को यह श्राप देती हैं कि तुमने मेरा सतीत्व भंग किया है। आपका हृदय पत्थर के समान है, अतः मैं आपको पत्थर बनने का श्राप देती हूँ। दुख व निराशा से अत्यधिक प्रभावित होकर परेशान तुलसी जब जोर जोर से रोने लगी और बारंबार शोक करने लगी, तो दया के सागर नारायण उन्हें सांत्वना देते हुए पूर्व जन्म की व उनकी तपस्या और शंखचूड़ के विषय में भी सब सत्य बतलाते हैं। वह कहते हैं कि उसी कारण मैंने ये सब किया। अब तुम अपनी ये संसारी देह त्याग कर एक आध्यात्मिक देह धारण करो और मुझसे विवाह करो, वह लक्ष्मी के समान बन जाओ। तुम्हारी देह भारतवर्ष की पवित्र भूमि पर एक गुणवान, शुद्ध, निर्मल नदी गंडकी के नाम से विख्यात हो जाएगी। तुम्हारे केश पवित्र वृक्षों में परिवर्तित होंगे और चूंकि उनकी उत्पत्ति तुमसे होगी, इसलिए वे तुलसी के वृक्ष के नाम से जाने जाएंगे। वह आगे भगवान कहते हैं कि तुम्हारे श्राप को सत्य करने के लिए मैं पाषाण बनकर भारतवर्ष में रहूंगा, गंडकी नदी के तट पर मेरा वास होगा। वह तब तुलसी की महिमा करते हुए भगवान नारायण इस प्रकार कहने लगे कि शहद से भरे हजारों बर्तन भेंट करने से वे इतने प्रसन्न नहीं होंगे जितने वे एक तुलसी पत्र भेंट करने से होंगे। यदि मृत्यु के समय कोई तुलसी के पत्ते का जल पीता है या उसे प्राप्त करता है, तब वह अपने समस्त पापों से मुक्त हो जाता है और वैकुंठ चला जाता है। जो कोई भी तुलसी पत्र से प्रतिदिन मेरी आराधना करेगा, वह 1,00,000 अश्वमेध यज्ञों के आशीर्वाद का फल प्राप्त करेगा। और इस प्रकार अनगिनत रूप से विविध लाभों का वर्णन भगवान ने किया। ये कथा ब्रह्म वैवर्त पुराण में आती है, जहाँ नारद मुनि के इस प्रश्न पर कि शुद्ध एवं पवित्र तुलसी देवी आपकी पत्नी कैसे बनी, भगवान नारायण ऋषि यह वर्णन करते हैं। वह अंत में कहते हैं कि इस प्रकार देवी तुलसी शरीर त्याग कर दिव्य रूप से संपन्न हो भगवान श्री हरि के वक्ष स्थल पर लक्ष्मी की भांति शोभा पाने लगी। वह कमलापति भगवान श्री हरि उन्हें साथ लेकर वैकुंठ पधार गए। वह यही तुलसी परम पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री कृष्ण के श्री चरणों में रहती हैं, जो कि उनकी इच्छा थी, क्योंकि वे भगवान की परम भक्त हैं। वह शुद्ध भक्तों का स्वभाव होता है सदैव ही भगवान के चरणों में रहकर उनकी महिमा गाना, गुणगान करना, कीर्तन करना, प्रार्थना करना, उनका धन्यवाद करना व कृतज्ञता प्रकट करते हुए प्रशंसा करना कि उन्हें भगवान के श्री चरणों का संग प्राप्त है, जो परम प्रेम है, जिसमें परम शांति है, जिसमें परम शक्ति और परम सामर्थ्य के साथ साथ परम आनंद भी है। और जब आपको ये मिल जाता है तो फिर सब कुछ मिल जाता है। अतः हमें यह समझना चाहिए कि राधा कृष्ण दिव्य युगल का सेवा लाभ अत्यंत दुर्लभ वस्तु है। इसकी पूर्ति है तो श्री वृंदा देवी का कृपा लाभ करना परम आवश्यक है, और इसको प्राप्त करने का एक अत्यंत ही सुनहरा अवसर है तुलसी विवाह। अतः आप सब इस अवसर का पूरा लाभ उठाएं व तुलसी महारानी की सेवा का सुयोग जगाकर ये मानव जीवन धन्य बनाएं। धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्णा।
ऐसे ही और भक्तिमय कार्यक्रमों
So there was a good pravachan about the Tulsi Maharani's Vivah, right? So I think we came to know a lot about Tulsi Mata, right? Vrinda Devi, yeah. And now here the Tulsi Aarti, it's around 10 minutes, yeah. So we'll go a little bit over time today, but it's around 10 minutes. Very blissful Tulsi Aarti. So let's hear that.
तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः। राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाओ हे अभिलाषी। 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 नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। जे तुम्हारा शरण लो तारा वंश पूर्ण हो। जे तुम्हारा शरण लो तारा वंश पूर्ण हो। कृपा कोरि करो तारे वृंदावन वासी। कृपा कोरि करो तारे वृंदावन वासी। नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो विलास कुंजे दियो नयन हेरिबो सदा जुगल रूप राशि। नयन हेरिबो सदा जुगल रूप राशि। नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः। हे निवेदन धरो प्रेयासे नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयासे नमो दिन कृष्ण दासे को ए जे नमोरा हो दिन कृष्ण दासे को ए जे नमोरा हो श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा भासी 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 नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयासे नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयासे नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्म हत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Tulsi Maharani 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 Jaya Vrinde Devi 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 Jaya Vrinde Devi
बोलो तुलसी महारानी की,
Jai.
वृंदा देवी की जय।
Jai.
Nice. So we celebrated almost kind of Tulsi Vivaah. So we learned about Tulsi Vivaah. There'll be a quiz next time we meet. But they're nice, blissful Tulsi Maharani Aarti. Yeah. And so I think Shiv Prabhu, this is what you are referring to also, right? Little bit to understand about the Ekadashi and also about the Tulsi Aarti. And so now we are going to take a pause because of the Thanksgiving break. So I think almost 3 weeks. So next week, and then I think we'll restart on December 9th. Yeah. So December 9th, we'll resume again for 2 weeks. And then I know it's again holiday time coming, right? Christmas time and all the holiday time. So I think we'll be on and off. So we'll do from 9th to December 2 weeks, and then we'll again take a pause. And then, of course, in 2025, at some point, we'll just restart. Next year, we'll complete this 9th canto. We're on the 9th canto right now. How many total cantos are there in Srimad Bhagavatam?
12.
12 cantos, yeah. So there are 12 books, there are 12 skans, and we are on 9th right now. So, and 9th has only 24 chapters, adhyayas. We are on 6th adhyay now. Yeah. So within few months, we'll complete that. And then the most primary canto of whole Srimad Bhagavatam is the 10th canto. Yeah, the 10th skan, which is about Lord Shri Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's what we'll start next year. Right? But for now, everyone enjoy Thanksgiving, and thank you to everyone for joining in, for doing Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, thank you for leading us to Bhagavatam.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's always good for all of us to come together and read Srimad Bhagavatam. This way, at least we are able to read, little slowly, and slowly we are almost there. I think not almost, but we are getting there. So, and I know Ajay Prabhu will be in India for next 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to Prayag, preparing for all the Kumbh Mela, which is starting in January. Right? So
Yeah.
Kumbh Mela is at Prayag this time in January. And all right, so everyone have a nice holidays. We'll see you back December 9th. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.